Hey folks. So I'm realizing life is not this gushy, emotional party. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. That's just what came out of my mouth. It's really not necessarily for me anyway. I don't know about for anybody else. Um it's not necessarily about making friends and having fun and you know, going out and you know, living it up or whatever the fuck. Um, that's not even what I want it to be about. But I just have been trying to conform. Really, I've been trying to conform and lighten myself up and try to try to fit in with this kind of culture that is just kind of silly and stupid. And try to be more approachable. Try to be more 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 lighthearted, but I'm really not, and it's not like I did a great job anyway. I still I was never really one to be um, really super outgoing or anything like that. But I feel like now it's time for me to go in the opposite direction. As instead of trying to conform and fit in into this kind of silly, dopey way of being, I'm thinking, what about what about traditional manhood? What about seriousness to a degree that is very serious? What about being very serious and very strong? I feel like this problem of weakness in men nowadays, I feel like it's a pretty modern problem, and I still struggle with this problem. But there's a it's not even really considered a problem because nobody really even talks about it. I haven't noticed too many people talking about it. I haven't looked it up, so. But I notice it. Weakness in men and weakness in myself and just struggling through life as a weak person, which is very difficult, and looking for all of these things that are not necessary. I don't even think they were necessarily on the radar hundreds of years ago, like living a happy, um, fulfilling, uh, you know, rainbow farts kind of life. I just don't. I mean, could you tell that to a caveman? Could you tell that to a caveman? Could you be like, life is supposed to be happy and you're supposed to do what you love? It probably would sound like nonsense to them. And I've put so much stock into living a life um, as a feeling, as an emotional person. I've always wanted to be much more emotional than I am. I've always wanted to be more vibrant emotionally, more outgoing, more happy, more uplifting, more bright. But that's not me, and that's never been me. So going in the opposite direction is just saying, you know, I'm not really here. I'm not really on Earth to make friends. I'm not really on Earth to have fulfilling relationships or you know, have all of this fairy fart kind of stuff. You know, maybe I'm just here, and I'm just here, and that's just, I'm just here because I'm here because I was born. You know, and I don't particularly like this place. I don't, but I have to endure it. I have to endure this place. Not that I have the hardest life in the world, you know, first world problems or whatever, but it's just not easy being here at all. It's just not easy being here at all. And I think, for me anyway, pretending that it is easy, pretending that it is fun, or you know, that I'm supposed to have this amazing experience, when everything everything points to that being a pipe dream. And really, you're just lucky if you can have a decent experience. Not to say that I'm not happy. I actually am pretty happy, even as I say this. I have, for the past month and 2 months or so, I've been pretty happy. It has nothing to do with your emotional state or my emotional state. I'm happy. It's just this this whole notion of weakness, really, when you boil it down. This whole notion um, of not treating life with the seriousness that it deserves and that it calls for. It's not a silly adventure. It's not a silly ha ha ha. For me, anyway, I don't know. It's a rough thing, and there's a lot of problems in it. And to just treat it as it deserves to be treated, with the respect that it deserves to be treated with, and with the strength necessary to deal with life, I think that's important. Um, and to always be considerate, to always be, you know, trying to please, and trying to fit in, and trying to, you know, this, that, or the other thing. Why not just, why can't I just be, you know, I can, but I think I'm gonna just be somber, and just be, not even pretend, not pretend that I am living in this world because I want to. Not pretend that I am that I'm that I want to be personable, that I want to be, um, you know, if social, but if socialization was a place where people expressed their love for each other, and was kind, and was open, and everybody was spilling their hearts out, and, you know, and I could actually trust people, then it would be different. But people disappoint me regularly. They really do. They disappoint me in many ways regularly. And I'm sure I disappoint people regularly as well. But it's just no joke. Sorry, this was long-winded. Alright, see ya.